Hey everybody, it's Kyle. Hey, I want to share with you real quickly the three grounding principles that all the strategies that we use in our family and all the strategies that we teach other families that result in lowering stress in the home that they're built upon. The three grounding core principles. And those are I get asked about this all the time because I'll spout them off as I'm doing a presentation and people say, what were those? What were those? So I'm going to share those with you right now. Number one, we're going to do what's best long term for our kids on the spectrum, even if it's hard. That's the part that tricks people, right? Number two, we're going to do what's best long term for our family, even if it's hard. And number three, we're going to do everything in a spirit of love. And those three grounding principles are a fantastic check and balance against any strategy or any really technique that you come across that you want to attempt to use with your kids on the spectrum or with your spouse or with your typical kids. It's a great grounding principle core that has led us to really tremendous amounts of happiness. And I will tell you this, sometimes it's easier to scream and yell, sometimes because it gets action. Sometimes it's easier to get frustrated because it gets action. But very rarely are we screaming and yelling or being frustrated or being stressed out and doing things in a spirit of love. And really, that's what our kids are going to ultimately respond to more than anything, is us doing things in a spirit of love. They need discipline, but they need to feel that discipline from us in a spirit of love. And that's what we're going to talk about this Thursday. We're doing a presentation called Yeah, but Can I Really Lower Stress in My Family? You know, I come across this regularly. We have two sons on the spectrum of different functioning levels. But we come across some families that say, you know what, that sounds great, but that won't work for me. And I get that. And so on Thursday, we're going to talk about some of the barriers that we had to force our way through and some of the beliefs we had to break down and some of those things that were holding us back from really lowering stress in our home. And I would imagine as we tell you those stories about us, it's probably going to connect with you. Because as I've told a lot of families those stories one-on-one and in our coaching, they've said, oh my gosh, we've said that too. You know, one of them is, yeah, but you don't understand my situation, right? So we get it. We understand that we're all different. All families are different. But when you use those core principles, we're going to do what's best for our family long term, even if it's hard. We're going to do what's best for our child on the spectrum long term, even if it's hard. And we're going to do things in the spirit of love. You're really going to see dramatic results, just like all the families that we worked with have. The families that we're coaching now come in all shapes and sizes. Their kids come in all different levels of autism, from nonverbal, classic autism to high functioning, and all through the spectrum. And those three grounding principles always work. So we're going to share with you on Thursday some of the barriers that you're going to see, and you've probably seen them already. And I think the most important thing you'll learn is that it's not your fault. I mean, if you're like us, you did everything they told you to do. You took them to therapies, and you took them to counseling, and as a family, you tried everything they told you to do. And you still, probably like us, were living with way too much stress in your home, and it can tear you apart. You wake up with a pit in your stomach. You don't know what to expect. It rules your life. And we want to help you give your life back. So join us Thursday. I believe it's 4 o'clock Mountain Time. Look for the event on our Facebook page and join us there. And remember, every principle and every strategy, every technique we teach falls into one of those three categories. And if you'll implement those three categories into your family right now, you're going to see better results. Number one, do what's best long term for your child on the spectrum, even if it's hard. Don't just do the easy stuff because it works now. Long term, even if it's hard. Do what's best for your family. Long term, even if it's hard. Sometimes the easy stuff isn't what's going to help you long term. And number three, do things in the spirit of love. And you'll find that you get better responses. So join us. We'll talk to you later. Have a great day. Bye-bye.